An African pastor is facing the death penalty in the United States. A lot of people cannot believe what is going through in this pastor's life. Some people have said that the devil has used somebody to try to destroy this pastor who is highly respected and he has a large follower in the United States of America. If this pastor is found guilty for what he has been alleged to have done, he will have to face the death penalty in America. People that know this pastor, they still cannot believe that how a man that they call their spiritual father had end up in this problem now. Good afternoon. If you want to stay informed about the daily update about the lived experience of immigrants in the diaspora, this is the place to be. We bring you the latest updates to inform and educate our audience. Information, they say, is power. Frank is my name for those seeing my face for the first time. Thank you to all those who have been supporting this channel. This pastor, he has lived in the United States for many years. Highly respected pastor. His followers, they see him as their spiritual father. The man he believes in preaching the gospel undiluted, and he also encouraged his followers to follow the gospel according to the teaching of God. This man has no question mark. A lot of people that know this pastor said, this pastor, he has always lived his life as a good example. This is why his followers, they still cannot believe. And they are saying that the devil has used somebody to destroy this pastor because the devil was not happy that this pastor was going places. I want you to let me know whether you agree with the followers who are now saying that the devil has used somebody to destroy this pastor's life, or you think that the pastor, he is responsible for where he found himself. This pastor, he was married before. The marriage didn't work out, and the pastor and the wife, they went their own separate ways. So the pastor said after that relationship that he wasn't going to get involved in any marriage because the wife that he had before, he was a wife that he brought from his own country. When the marriage didn't work out, the pastor said, I am not going back to Africa to get a wife. I'm just going to stay in the US, get a wife. If I see a wife, if I don't see a wife, I'll just focus on my gospel in my church. That is what the pastor said, and that is what the pastor was doing. This pastor, he now joined, it was part of a forum, and in that forum, there were a lot of Christians there, and that is where this pastor met this, what he thought was a beautiful girl. The pastor met this woman, and him and this woman, they became friends. One thing led to another in a Christian congregation. That is where they met. They became friends. After some time, the pastor asked the woman if she was single. The woman told the pastor that yes, she was single. The pastor and the woman, after some time, they started dating, and the relationship became serious. When it became serious, this pastor said, okay, this woman that I'm dating, I really like this woman. This woman, she preaches, she follows the gospel. She understands the gospel the way I understand the gospel. They say iron sharpen iron. So this is the iron that he has been looking for, so that his iron can sharpen the woman's iron, so that they can eventually form a union. What this pastor didn't know is that the woman that he thought that he was getting married to, or the woman that he fell in love with, the woman is completely opposite. In fact, the person that the pastor has been talking to is somebody who a lot of people that knew this person, they knew that before this person started life as a man. You heard what I said? He started life as a man. He then become a transgender, and transition from a man to a woman. And the picture that I have seen, this person has big breasts. There is no way you will see this person and you will think that this person is not a woman. So the pastor has been going. The pastor said that when he wants to be intimate, the woman will always tell him that you are a pastor. You have to follow the teaching. The Bible says that you have to wait until you get married before you become intimate. So you have to wait. So the pastors believe that, and they don't even follow what the woman was telling him. The pastor, anytime the devil try to tempt the pastor for the pastor to try to say he wants to cross, the woman will just pull him back. Babe, what does the Bible say? The Bible says that a man and woman must not be intimate until they have become husband and wife. The pastor would only peg the woman. The pastor and the woman agree that it is after the marriage that is when they will become intimate. That is what they agree, because the pastor, as a Christian, believes that that is the way it should be done. This pastor and this woman, they dated for months, and the thing was going serious, and the pastor felt that as a Christian, there is no way that he should wait. He had the revelation, according to him, that this is the woman that he has been waiting for all his life, that he doesn't need to wait anymore. He should take it to the next level. Do you blame the pastor for that? Most people will say no. If you're seeing a woman, she has breasts, and you get on really well with her, you and the woman, everything is going well. You thought this woman is the woman that I'm going to spend the rest of my life with. Why would I wait for too long? So the pastor then eventually decide to pop the big question to the woman and say, babe, would you marry me? And this woman said, yes, darling, I will marry you. All this was going on. Meanwhile, the pastor is being fooled. The pastor, people told the pastor that, look, one or two rumors were flying that this woman that you're seeing now is not who she claimed to be. But anytime they raise the issue with the pastor will always dismiss it and say, I have had the revelation. It has been revealed to me that this is the woman that I'm going to marry. I don't believe what you're saying. She's a woman, and I just don't try to come between me and my wife. So it gets to the point that one or two people that had suspicion, they stopped telling the pastor anything, because anything that they say that is contrary to what the pastor believed, the pastor always dismisses it. The pastor eventually got married to this woman. They did the wedding. The pictures that I have seen, I still cannot believe that this person is not a woman. When they got married, what they agreed was that after the night of the wedding, that is when they are going to consummate the wedding according to the biblical teaching. The pastor then got married to this woman. They went on a hotel where they paid for before they go their honeymoon. The pastor was playing with this woman, only for the pastor to realize that while the woman has big boob with cleavage under her leg, there was still something there that doesn't look like that of a woman. The pastor realized this. He was shocked. The pastor was shocked. He didn't even know, because he felt that he was going to be embarrassed. He kept quiet, allowed him and this woman. He didn't do anything. As soon as he realized, he just pretended that everything was fine. He allowed him and this woman to return back home. As soon as they returned back home, the woman was sleeping. The pastor brought out a knife and started stabbing this woman. He stabbed this woman to the point that the woman eventually died because the woman was sleeping. And the pastor then called the police and said, look, this is what has happened to me, and this is why I did what I did. Now, people are now saying that the pastor has been arrested in the southern part of America, where there is capital punishment, because it was premeditated murder. He planned it when he realized that this person fooled him, that this woman that he thought it was a woman is not a woman, is a man. This pastor, if he's found guilty for murder, he'll be going for the capital punishment. Some people are saying that they do not blame the pastor, that they would have done the same thing if they were in the pastor's shoe, that the pastor was scorned, that the devil used this woman to bring down the pastor. What is your view? Do you believe that the pastor action is wrong? And do you believe that the pastor is a fool? Because people are not saying among the African community that why would you wait that long before you want? But the pastor said, I am a Christian. My Bible tells me that marriage is where you have sex. You don't have sex outside the marriage. You have to wait. And he was only doing what the Bible teaches, and that is where this woman took advantage of him and exploited his vulnerability. What is your view? Do you blame the pastor, or do you believe that the devil has used the woman? Let me know what your views are. A friend of mine went to the red light district in Amsterdam. He went there one time, and he thought he was talking to a woman, only for him to realize that he was talking to a transgender man who is a man pretending to be a woman, and she is transition. That guy was smart. He pulled himself out as soon as he realized a lot of things are happening in this world. You have to open your eyes very well. Do you blame the pastor? Let me know in the comment section. If you've seen any value in this content, kindly give it a like, share so that other people can learn. This pastor